In the dead of night, a 15-year-old Dalit girl in Uttar Pradesh was found lifeless in the fields where she once played. The cause? Brutal violence. The reason? Her caste. No witnesses, no justice, just silence. But what if I told you this wasn't an isolated case? What if behind the numbers and headlines lies a system where caste still decides who lives, who suffers, and who gets away with murder? Welcome to Crime Lab Chronicles, where we uncover the darkest truths hidden in plain sight. Like, share, and subscribe as we dive into the chilling reality of caste-based crimes in modern India. Crimes that not only shatter lives, but reveal the deep fractures still buried in the heart of the world's largest democracy. The crime of birth. India abolished untouchability in 1950, but for over 200 million Dalits, formerly known as untouchables, that constitutional promise still hasn't reached the ground. Caste isn't just a cultural relic, it's a rigid social hierarchy that defines people by birth. And for Dalits, this birthmark is often a target. In 2020, the gang rape and murder of a 19-year-old Dalit woman in Hathras, Uttar Pradesh, ignited fury across India. The perpetrators were 4 upper caste men. The woman's spine was broken, her tongue severed. Instead of justice, the family received intimidation. And in the middle of the night, the police cremated her body without the family's permission, almost as if to erase the evidence along with her existence. But Hathras is just one headline. According to the National Crime Records Bureau, there were over 50,000 registered crimes against scheduled castes in 2021 alone. That's one caste crime every 10 minutes. These include rapes and gang rapes, murders, public lynchings, arson of Dalit homes, social boycotts. Many go unreported, thanks to fear, shame, or collusion by authorities. Anatomy of a caste crime. Caste crimes follow a pattern, one that has existed for generations. It often begins with a transgression. A Dalit boy drinks from a common water pot, a Dalit girl refuses a dominant caste man's advances, or a Dalit family insists on entering a temple. The punishment is swift and brutal. A gang beating, a rape, a mob attack. The message is always the same: know your place. And when the crime occurs, survivors face a second assault from the justice system itself. Police may refuse to file FIRs, blame the victim, destroy evidence, pressurize families into compromise. Prosecutors often drag their feet. Trials can take decades. In many cases, the perpetrators are neighbors, landlords, employers, or even local politicians. Take the case of Delta Megwal, a 17-year-old Dalit girl in Rajasthan. In 2016, she was allegedly raped and murdered inside her school. Her body was found in a water tank. The school authorities claimed it was suicide. But the bruises told another story. Justice? Still pending. Stories buried in silence. Some of the most horrifying caste crimes never make it past regional news. Let's talk about a few. In Tamil Nadu, an intercaste couple, Shankar, a Dalit man, and Kausalya, an upper caste woman, were attacked in broad daylight by hitmen hired by her own family. Shankar was hacked to death in front of Kausalya. It was caught on CCTV. Even then, the trial stretched for years. Only in 2017 did a court convict 6 people, including Kausalya's father. In Madhya Pradesh, 2 Dalit children, aged 10 and 12, were beaten to death in 2022 for defecating in the open. Their families had applied for toilets under government schemes. They were still waiting. In Rajasthan, a Dalit boy named Indra Megwal was thrashed by his school teacher for drinking from a pot meant for upper caste students. He died from his injuries. The teacher was released on bail. These aren't medieval horror stories. They happened within the last few years. Justice denied. Even when Dalits fight back, the system often betrays them. In many villages, the dominant caste controls everything, from the police station and local panchayat to the school principal and grocery shop. Reporting a crime often means risking retaliation, economic boycott, or even death. In 2018, the Supreme Court of India weakened the SCST, Prevention of Atrocities Act, citing abuse of the law. This decision led to massive protests by Dalit organizations. The court later reversed parts of its decision, but the damage was done. Many cases were dismissed or diluted during that time. False accusations against Dalit victims are also rising. In some cases, upper caste perpetrators file counter cases to derail justice. In others, the victim's family is offered bribes, land, or threats to drop the charges. And when a Dalit woman is raped, the mainstream media often blames her character, questions her motives, or ignores the case altogether, especially if the accused belongs to a dominant caste or political party. Justice isn't just delayed, it's actively sabotaged. The role of police and state. Police bias plays a huge role in caste-based crimes. Studies have shown that a large number of Indian police officers hold caste prejudices, and many hail from dominant caste backgrounds. They are more likely to downplay crimes against Dalits, use violent tactics during protests by marginalized communities, ignore Supreme Court guidelines in caste-related cases. A 2021 report by Common Cause and Lokniti CSDS found that nearly 1 in 2 police personnel believe Dalits are naturally prone to crime. This isn't just dangerous, it's deadly. When police see caste as a social issue instead of a legal one, atrocities go unpunished. And when the state aligns with the dominant caste, the result is a complete breakdown of accountability. Resistance, reform, and the road ahead. Yet amidst the violence, there is resilience. Across India, a new generation of Dalit journalists, lawyers, activists, and students is rising, determined to expose the truth and rewrite the narrative. Leaders like Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan, founder of BIM Army, who provides legal aid and street power to Dalits. Beena Palakal of the National Campaign on Dalit Human Rights. Mother of Rohit Vemula, who turned personal loss into national advocacy. Social media has become a weapon of resistance. Hashtags like Dalit Lives Matter and platforms like Dalit Camera are documenting what the mainstream refuses to cover. Legal organizations are pushing for special fast-track courts for caste crimes, Dalit-friendly police reforms, educational and judicial reservations, caste sensitivity training for law enforcement. International human rights groups have also started to take notice, adding pressure on the Indian government to address systemic caste violence. Still, real change requires more than just laws. It requires dismantling the deeply rooted cultural attitudes that justify caste hierarchy as tradition. Conclusion. Caste crime is not a thing of the past. It is happening right now, in classrooms, police stations, farms, and courtrooms across India. It is the quiet death of dreams, the loud screams that go unanswered, the empty chair in a Dalit home that was once filled by a child, a father, or a sister, now gone because someone thought they didn't belong. The true horror? It's not just the brutality, it's the normalization of it, the silence of bystanders, and the comfort of privilege that allows some to look away. This was Crime Lab Chronicles, where we uncover the darkest truths hidden in plain sight. If this episode opened your eyes, like, share, and subscribe to help us keep these stories alive. And if you believe in justice, truth, and human dignity, consider supporting us through the links in the description. Because silence is complicity, and storytelling is resistance.